Hi everyone, it's Annie, and today I had some time to film and I wanted to do a fun book tag video. So I decided to do the Myers-Briggs Book Tag created by JadedReader, whose channel I will link down below. You should all check her out. Her videos are great. So I am an INFJ, which means I am introverted, intuition, feeling, and judgmental. Yeah, so that's who I am. So I will be answering the questions pertaining to my type, INFJ. If you're also an INFJ, please let me know down below. I'd love to talk to you. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the questions. Question 1 is, you can be outgoing, but you need to recharge with some calming solitude. Where is your favorite place to relax, unwind, and read a book? I have no designated place to read, I guess, but I often read in my bed, or if the weather's nice enough, I like to read while taking a walk, which obviously means an audiobook. I think that's probably my favorite thing to do because I don't know, it's just fun and it's nice walking out in the fresh air while listening to a book. But if we're talking about just relaxation, I guess my bed. The next question is for intuition. What book has a deeply meaningful idea that is important to me? There are so many books. I had a real hard time trying to find a book that fits for this question. So I'm gonna list some books for you guys. The first book that I thought of was Malala's autobiography. I don't think a lot has to be said about this. I mean, her story is so powerful and meaningful, and its message is stand up for what you think is right, and, you know, have courage, all that good stuff. Also, Educated. I loved this book. This is one of my favorite books of all time, and the author's fight against her abusive family situation, her very unique abusive situation, is really, really hard to read about, but also very, very meaningful and very, like, you really just admire her and her determination. I mean, she goes from such a horrible upbringing to getting into a really, really prestigious university. She's very, very inspirational, so she holds a lot of meaning for me. And I also want to talk about the book, The Book Thief, which I think most people have read, but of course it's a beautiful, beautiful story about a girl hiding a Jewish man in her family's house, and she brings him books from, I believe, it's been a while since I read this, but she works as like a laundry girl, and she takes books from the houses that she brings their laundry to and gives them to him, or something like that. Forgive me if I'm wrong, I read this so many years ago, but it still stuck with me. It's still one of my favorite books of all time, with good reason. It's just a beautiful story of humanity and about caring for other people. And it's beautifully told, beautifully written, and really meaningful. The next question is F for feeling, and it is, what fantasy world is so atmospheric that I want to go there and never leave? Middle Earth, specifically the Shire. If I could be a hobbit and live in the Shire, I would do it. But I think that's probably an answer that a lot of people would have, because the Shire is just so peaceful. It's such a peaceful life. And that's all I want. That's what I want. And it's so full of nature, and that's what I want. But another answer would be the world of Diana Wynne Jones's Howl's Moving Castle, because it is just so beautiful. I absolutely adore the concept of the castle with the door to other places, and I love it so much. Of course, the Ghibli movie adaptation is amazing, but the book world as well is so, so fun, and I'd love to go there. And now for the J, judgment question. It says, all work and no play leads to chaotic disorder. So how do I balance my work life, booktube, personal life, etc. to keep things running smoothly? This is an interesting question because I love planning. I work full time, so obviously I have that to do every weekday. Booktube, I just film whenever I have time. I tend to film a lot of videos at once, so I have a backlog, so I can upload videos every single Wednesday and Saturday, so I don't miss a day and mess up the algorithm. And it's just comforting to see that I have videos queued up so that I don't have to worry about filming everything on time. And yeah, so Booktube is just a fun hobby. You know, I have the time because I don't really go out because of the pandemic. So I don't know how I would balance it if I was going out places, but that's not the situation right now. So yeah, I film whenever I have good daylight and I have time. And yes, I do work full-time as an English teacher, and I guess, yeah, like I said, my personal life, I don't really do much. I read, because I can't go out. Yeah, that's it. It's an easy question to answer right now. So, I mean, I do see some friends, but I tend to not do things every single day. You know, I only see friends like once a week, so I have a lot of free time. And last is the question meant specifically for my type INFJs. So it says, INFJs are a bit odd, but we're filled with empathy. So what is a book I would recommend for a friend who's having a hard time? That book would be The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This book, I mean, there's a lot of books I could recommend, but I wanted to recommend a fiction book instead of like a memoir or self-help book. But, you know, if you want to know more about those, you can always ask me, because I have a lot. But Midnight Library's message is so, so good for anybody having a hard time, you know, feeling like they're stuck in life or they're not achieving what they want to achieve or everything is just going wrong. I really think that this book can help you see that whether there are good things in your life or not, you can always change things around as much as possible to make some good in your life. I think that's really, really helpful, and I know that it helped me when I was having a hard time, so I really highly recommend this book. Alright, I'll tell you one memoir. I recommend Untamed. This memoir really, really helped me when I was having a hard time, again. And I've seen someone say that it just helps you accept the human condition. Like, it helps you accept being human and accept yourself a bit more. And I think it's a really, really important book. I absolutely loved it. It was one of my favorite books from 2020, so I really recommend this to anyone, whether you're having a hard time or not, but especially if you're having a hard time, I think this book could really help you. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this tag. Again, it was created by JadedReader and her channel will be linked down below. I tag anyone watching who has not done this tag yet, but I also wanted to tag Olivia Savannah because I know that she's also an INFJ and I'm interested to hear her thoughts. So please let me know when you do this, Olivia. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!